It is Megan the trainer coming at you for another segment of Megan's Movement Minute, and I am going to be talking about dead bugs. Maybe you've been exposed to dead bugs during your own workouts, during physical therapy, or in a rehab program, but the dead bugs that I'm going to talk about today are not all created equal. Now, what some people tend to think is this looks a lot like those not the Russian twists, what are they called? The bicycles. These look kind of like that Pilates movement, the bicycles, where your feet are going back and forth and you're touching your elbow to your knee. Well, I'm here to tell you that these dead bugs are far different, they're far more intricate and far better for your body. Dead bugs. So let's begin on our backs. I have my ultimate sandbag, my core bag here with me tonight. So the reason that I'm going to be using a sandbag here for these dead bugs is that this is going to give me a couple of different feedback mechanisms. We talk a lot about grabbing onto handles and creating tension, so that's one of them. But then also this bag has some weight to it, so it's going to have me fight some gravity. So let's grab onto those outside handles of your bag and get set up so our feet are up off of the floor. And so now before we even get set up, I want you to really lock in your grip, and we're going to pull those handles apart. So that's where we're creating that outward tension. Again, we're pressing that bag away and also pulling it apart. So now as I get started, I'm already feeling some sensations in my lats, my latissimus dorsi, kind of up in my shoulder blades. So I'm getting everything locked in and ready for position. From here, I'm going to extend out one leg. There's an imaginary wall at the base of my foot, reaching it long, and then I'm going to pull it back in. All right, so it might look like there's not a whole lot going on here. I'm just straightening out a leg and I'm pulling it back in. But this can actually be a pretty intense movement. When we have our clients come into the gym, we're always thinking about that moving part. We're thinking about that moving hand that's pressing, that leg that's extending out. But I'm here to tell you that that non-moving part is just as important, if not maybe more important. Importanter is not a word. That non-moving side is almost more important than that side that's actually moving out and back and forth. So that's where we really need to challenge our integrity. So you saw all 3 points of my body, my arms and that one leg was staying still and locked in. That's what our focus is really going to be on. And so that's what we do a lot of our training here and our programming here at Fitness Lying Down, is not only do we want to be mindful and intentional with our movement, but we also need to be mindful and intentional with the things that we're trying to hold stable. Dead bugs, kind of an underrated core activity, but is definitely can be something that can be very challenging for some, but is very effective also. Now that you know better, let's go out and do better so we can all be better.